The Mortal Thor number 3 was released a few days ago with this impressive cover, presenting a new chapter in this new run by Al Ewing. Thor woke up with a new identity. He doesn't have his godly powers anymore and doesn't remember anything from his past. His name is Sigurd Jarlsson and he lives in New York City and he's looking for a job as a construction worker. Loki provided Thor with a flat to live in, a new ID, and some money to carry on. However, Thor could not stay away from troubles, and eventually confronted thugs hired by Roxxon, and brutally beat them up, using nothing but a normal hammer. The foreman from Roxxon called the only man who could stop Thor, namely Blake, the head of an organization called the Snake. Blake, who also calls himself the Serpent, speaks to his followers and tells them that gods have always been there and have always walked among us, gods of thunder, stories, and knowledge, and of course, the soulless god of lies, the Serpent. Mortals will always need gods to control their disordered lives, as deep down they will always kneel. The followers hail the Serpent, whom they call Father, and he calls them sons. Blake then receives a report about Sigurd Jarlsson, the man who beat up the roughhouse thugs, and manages to trace him. Later on, Thor goes to a job interview at a construction site, where the employee in charge tells him that her uncle once hired a Jarlsson who worked for him, and always thought that he might be Spider-Man or Beta Ray Bill. She tells Thor that the paperwork is important, regardless of his training and work experience. Thor thought that he had no chance getting the job, but Loki suddenly appears from nowhere and tells Thor to look into his bag before saying anything stupid. Thor finds the needed paperwork as requested and gets the job. He proves to be very talented and experienced in construction work, gaining the admiration of his co-workers and superiors as well. Blake's thugs, however, attack the site and shoot all witnesses with tranquilizers as ordered by Blake himself, except for Thor, whom they have orders to kill. The thugs take down all workers and activate gravity souls to easily climb. After tranquilizing all witnesses, they switch their guns to lethal poison in order to kill Thor, so it would appear like a tragedy in the midst of a robbery. Thor gets himself prepared to fight the thugs and attacks them. He takes them down one after the other, using nothing but his physical strength and fighting skills, armed with a hammer tied to a rope and a helmet to block the bullets. He destroys the thugs, then receives a phone call from his neighbor Christine. She tells him to stay where he is, and that she will bring a lawyer. Loki tells her that what happened is not good, but he is suddenly interrupted by All-Father Odin, who tells his son that he should not have used magic on that paperwork if he wanted to remain hidden. Odin then demands to know what Loki is up to this time, and hopes he will enjoy the tale. I don't know what's the point of making Thor powerless, but hopefully Al Ewing will have something new and interesting for this run. Hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching and have a nice one.